For the cheapest, fastest, most reliable MUT coins in the market, check out my coin sponsors at AOEAH.com and use discount code MONEY for 3% off. Link in the description below. Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shot, Sniffing the Mad Shoes as always. Got another update video for you, my weekly update video. This one's going to be mostly about player ratings, but I'm hearing that there's probably going to be a title update coming up pretty soon, so I'll also go over a little bit about what to expect as far as that's concerned. Other than that, as always, if you guys want me to continue to do this weekly update video that I try to do every Thursday or Friday, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. And other than that, let's go and get right into the video. Before I get into the update, I would like to hear you guys' thoughts on the Damar Hamlin situation, on the the Bills and the Bengals situation, how the NFL is handling the playoff seeding. I still, I mean, I know obviously Damar Hamlin is much more important than the standings in football games and stuff like that. But it seems like his health is on the mend. He does. I just recently, even before I started recording this, saw a report that he's actually FaceTiming his teammates and addressing the entire Buffalo Bills team and stuff like that, which is great. So obviously he's a young man. Hopefully he's going to make a full recovery. I don't know, what his football career could look like after this. I really don't. I can't go that far to even guess. I have no idea. But just the idea that his health sounds like it's improving, is the most important thing. But aside from that, if you're a fan of one of these football teams or you're a fan of the league, what do you think? What do you think how the NFL is handling it? I thought about it myself. It's really difficult to try to reschedule everything. You know what I mean? Like if they were to try to push back the playoffs, push back the Super Bowl, push back whatever, there's so much ad time already paid for. There's so much, acts that are already scheduled. It's like to reschedule all that in such short notice is pretty much impossible. So I kind of understand the situation that they're in as far as trying to be fair and still try to keep the NFL schedule moving. But at the end of the day, it's just I've never seen anything like this, and it's really I don't know I don't know what to think. So I'm really curious to your guys' thoughts on it, because it's definitely something that is unique. It's never happened in the league before, where something like this, any of these things ever happened in the league before. So I don't know what to think. I really don't have an opinion on it. I'm just curious as to what you guys think. So let me know in the comment section what you think about how the NFL is handling the situation and about the situation as a whole, because it is a football-related situation, and I'm just curious to see how people in the world feel about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into. There should be another update coming out next week, is what we're hearing. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the following week, but it's something that's going to come out within this week or the following week, and there should be some changes. I'm hearing them probably going to do AP changes as far as like MUT abilities and stuff like that, which is something that they typically do this time of year every year. So that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if they're going to change. They really haven't changed gameplay all year. I'm not really hearing anything about that. There are people that are saying there might be some bouncing issues that need to be addressed, but I don't think the gameplay really has too many issues like that. Ultimately, I haven't had to change, like when it comes to gameplay issues, and I change my ebooks and stuff like that. When the gameplay changes dramatically as far as like coverages, how coverages react to certain things, it hasn't changed all year because EA's been like basically trying to catch up on all their failings when it comes to the modes, when it comes to franchise mode, when it comes to, recently I'm sure a lot of the EA had to delete there was a lot of corrupted cloud server franchises that they just can't save. I think they said like 60%. If you're one of the people that lost their franchise, let me know in the comment section once again. What are you guys doing with your franchise? If you lost a franchise, if you restarted it, has your league basically just given up? Let me know in the comment section, because I don't play franchise mode because of all those issues, and I don't really have time anyway because I'm usually making videos anyway. But at the end of the day, it's like modes like that, Ultimate Team, I just, all these modes that are based off of like long-term building and growth of a team and stuff like that, they're typically really fun to do. They really have failed this year, and I'm just wondering where you guys are at as far as these modes are concerned, because I basically just play regular play now because it's the funnest way to play, based off the fact that I'm not going to get frustrated if I go into a league and it fails, or if MUT to me just really hasn't been fun at all this year. It just feels like the same old recycled crap that they do every year, same players, same same programs. It's like it's come out with something new. Give me something new. Give me something exciting. MUT's been the same for like 5 years now. So I mean, not only that, be honest, Mutts actually lost stuff. Like they don't, back in the past they were creative. I remember when they had cards that went over 100 and stuff like that. Like they've lost a lot of creativity as far as that's concerned. But other than that, let's go and let's get into the actual update, which is mostly a roster update. We'll go ahead and start off with the going up players like we typically do. A couple of smaller players. Typically, the list I go over is just like the star players, players that are 85 and above. A couple of players that are they're higher. I mean, that don't make the 85 and above cutoff, that are having some pretty good years and pretty good upgrades. Travis Etienne, actually, I think he had a huge touchdown run in his last game. He got a +1. He is up now +6 from previous in the year. Whatever happened to James Robinson, man? They traded James Robinson to the Jets, and then he just did. The Jets just buried him in the depth chart. I don't know, but this dude's super talented. Like, get him somewhere where he could play. I mean, Travis Etienne obviously is doing great. He's over 1,000 yards for the year. Great player, obviously. You know what I mean? First round pick. But James Robinson should be playing somewhere, man. Like free that man. Other than that, another guy, Daniel Jones, got a +1. The Giants as a whole, I'm sure a lot of my Giants fans are going to be, in the comment section all year been saying, why isn't this guy getting an upgrade? Why isn't, so-and-so getting an upgrade? A lot of upgrades for Giants players as they clinch their first round, or as they clinch their playoff position last week. But let's go and let's start off with the stars now. Going up, +2, the big one, the biggest jump in the week was Jair Alexander, who's been pretty much going up and down all year based off of kind of a roller coaster performance of a season for him. He gets back up to a 95. He still lost his X factor, I think, or I forget, but he still lost that ability. But it's weird how facing Justin Jefferson seems to be like he's not the highest rated receiver in the game, I don't think. I think there's people higher rated than Justin Jefferson. But he seems to be thought of as the best receiver in the league, because if you have a good day against Justin Jefferson, you seem to get a +2 every single time. So, I mean, I know Darius Slade got it early in the year, got a +2. I think somebody else a couple weeks back got a +2 for having a big week against them. And now Jair Alexander, who held him to 1 catch, gets a +2. That just seems to be, he just seems to be the measuring point for some reason. Next up, Dexter Lawrence from the Giants. He gets another +1. He's been rising very quickly lately. He's up to a 94. Minka Fitzpatrick gets another +1. He gets up to a 93. He's rising very quickly as well. Chris Lindstrom gets a +1 up to a 91. And Marshawn Lattimore gets a +1. He hasn't played in a while, but he gets a +1. He's up to a 91. Patrick Surtain gets another +1. He's been rising very steadily this year as well. He's up to a 91. Andrew Thomas, another guy who I hear about in the comments a lot. He was a Pro Bowl snub, if I remember correctly, but he's up to a 90 now. +1. Like I said, Giants fans have been calling that out in the comments for a while now, that he should be higher rated, that he's a very good tackle. Mike Evans, +1. Last week, I think he had a -1. This week, he had 200. I think he had a 200-yard game and 3 touchdowns. That sounds like it's worth more than a +1. Almost single-handedly saved their season. If they lost that game, I think their season was done. So, and they were down several touchdowns. So to me, that was a +2 worthy performance. But Mike Evans is back to his 90, which is typically what he's been for like the last 10 years in Madden. Tom Brady, +1, getting back up a little bit since he's been dropping really fast this year. I think he started the year at like a 95. Something like that. Now he's back to a 90. A lot of Buccaneers players after that performance. +1 to Chris Godwin as well, up to an 89. +1 to Austin Eckler, up to an 89. He's a guy who, he's like top 10 in the league in catches right now. Probably should be a +90 player, even though those catches aren't going for a lot of yards because he is a running back. Hassan Reddick, a +1. He's been rising very quickly lately, too, as he's now second in the league in sacks. And people are starting to talk about him as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and I fully agree, because he gets forced fumbles. He does everything. He drops back into coverage. He doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Hopefully he can get a couple sacks in his last game and lock up Defensive Player of the Year for the Eagles, because nothing else is getting locked up for the Eagles at this point. Sauce Gardner, rookie, 88 overall. Can't imagine what he's going to be when the game starts next year. He might be like a 90 overall right out the gate. And that's pretty much it for the going up. So we're going to go ahead and go right to the going down pile. Quentin Nelson, I don't know why he's dropping. He's dropped a couple times this year. He's down to 93, -1 point. Keenan Allen, -1, down on 89. Not really sure why he's dropping either. DK Metcalf dropping to an 88. He's down a point. But speed's all that matters. So at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter. Eric Kendricks also dropping a point to an 87. And Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott dropping a point. He went up a point last week, so I don't know what happened between last week and this week, but he went up a point, then went right back down a point. I don't think he ever should have went up a point or down this point. I think he was just adequately rated as he was. So he's an 87 overall. Khalil Mack has been dropping quite a bit all year. He's down one more point to an 87. And then last but not least, Antoine Winfield Jr., negative 1 point down on 86. So that's it. That's the list. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. If you guys want me to continue this list, as always, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comments section. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.